It is summer in the Northern Hemisphere, and that means two things for the gays: pride and outdoor cruising. Now that pride is out of the way in many cities, it's time to head outdoors to the local bushes to feel the sun on your and the wind between your cheeks. In this video, I will share with you the very best ways to find your local hotspots, things to consider before attempting an outdoor cruise, and how to prep for success. Summer will not last forever, so let's jump right in. I'm hiding a little secret. I am concealing something during the filming of this entire video. It's not something that I can reveal here. You gotta go to my OnlyFans page to see for yourself. Also, some of my very best content was shot outdoors, whether it's solos or collabs. There's just something better about filming outside, isn't there? You can find the link to my OnlyFans on my website in the description below. Enjoy. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna have to do is find a place, but how do you do that? You have a few things at your disposal. You got a couple of apps. You got squirt.org. Go there, you can be anonymous, or you can put photos, you can say what you're looking for, you can be specific, you can be not specific, and there's a few different tabs on Squirt for you to use, but the one for our purpose is the cruising one. You go to the cruising one, and then it's geo-located. They know where you are. And then it shows all of the closest cruising spots for you. Now, they're not all outdoors. Some of them are bathrooms or malls or different places like that. But there are outdoor spots as well. And the nice thing is that you can go into those individual places and talk with people there. You can leave a message. You can say, hey, I'm heading over to this place at this time. You can ask a question. Hey, is anybody there now? Is it busy? What's going on? And just get an idea of if it's busy, when it's busy. Another app that you can use is called sniffies.com. So this one is also geolocated. They know where you are. It's a map, and then they show you all of the different people that are around you, where they are, what they're doing, what they're up to. This one is really good because it's a map, and then it shows you all of the different people. It has little icons all over the map, and it shows you where they are and what they're up to. You can message them individually. Again, this is not like just outdoors. This is like bathrooms, train stations, other cruising spots, but it gives you a really great idea of the places that are around you and if they're busy, who's going there. So you don't gotta waste your time, because one of the things about cruising is that it can be time consuming. Another way that you can find out where the spots are near you is through the gay grapevine. I mean, you've heard the stories, you've heard the lore of wherever you live. Wherever you live, there's always a park, there's always a forest, there's always somewhere that you've heard about. Finally, and maybe most importantly, just use your logic. I mean, it's not rocket science, right? You got a couple of apps, you've got the gay grapevine, and if you just use common sense, you're gonna find a wooded area, it's busy, the gays like to frequent it, you're gonna head to the back or most secluded part of that because it's gotta be out of the way, and logically, that's where it's gonna happen. And hey, if you're enjoying this video, why not give her a like, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss a thing. And let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on outdoor cruising? And do you have any hot tips to share with us? Let us know. Okay, now you know where you're going. So how do you prep for success? Because there's things that you should be doing before you head out to make sure that when you get there, you don't gotta think about these things. One of those things that you might not think about, it's the summer, there are bugs, and they bite you. So you're gonna want bug spray. Trust me. You're gonna want to use bug spray. Don't worry about the smell. It's sticky, it's gross. I know, trust me, being covered in welts is worse. The other thing you're gonna need, and this depends on the day, if it's cloudy, if there's a lot of foliage cover, but you're gonna wanna wear sunscreen. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I didn't think about those things back then. Back then, my skin would just absorb the sun and turn a nice, bronzy glow. And now it's like I turn red and scaly and disgusting, especially these days. Global warming is real. I don't know, there's no ozone layer anymore. And this sun is hot. So take care of your skin. You'll thank yourself in 20 years. The other thing is, what are you wearing? Obviously, I'm not wearing too much right now, which is kind of the point, because you don't want to be wearing layers. You also don't want to be wearing things that are difficult to remove, difficult to put back on, things with a lot of clasps and straps and buttons and things. If it's got like an elastic waist, that's even better. I'm wearing these stretchy jean shorts. Easy on, easy off. A lot of times when you're cruising, you might get interrupted. You're gonna need to put stuff back on. So that's why also your clothes need to be able to... Now, imagine, if you will, for a second, you're out, you find something, you find a little spot, you start getting involved, things are going great, and, you want to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? But you don't got any lube. Well, why didn't you bring the lube? Bring it! That way you don't have to use spit. Sometimes you've been hiking around, sometimes you're dehydrated, you're all sweaty, you don't have any more spit. Just bring a little packet of lube. It's gonna help you. And all of the other things that you need. If you need condoms, bring them. You know what else is nice? Little wipes to help you wipe up afterwards, after you make your mess. But also, bring a little tiny garbage bag or something to put all of your refuse in, because nobody wants to see your shit lying around the forest. Please pick up after yourself. Do not be a litter bug. It is very unsexy to leave a mess behind. Now, the reason I make these videos is so that you don't have to think about all of those things that I will think about for you, or that I have been in those situations and realized, oh, I should have thought of that. So there are things that you might not be thinking of, things to consider when you're doing an outdoor cruise. One of those things is, how much time do you have? This is not an appointment. It's not a dentist appointment. You didn't make it for 2:30. It's going to last 1 hour. You're in, you're out, you're done. You have no idea how long this is going to take. Also, how much time do you have? Are you just passing through? Are you on your lunch break? So it can be a little time consuming because you don't know who's there. You don't know if they're going to be interested. You don't know how busy it's going to be. I look at it this way. On the apps, people spend hours and hours scrolling, finding profiles that they like. Sup, bro? Brah, what are you into? Blah, blah, blah. Can you host? It can go on and on. It can take hours. It can take days. It can take actually never. It could never happen. So the way I look at it is, all of that time that you spend on the apps, you could be in the out of doors. Hey, look, you're getting fresh air. You might get a little sun. You're in nature. And guess what? You're spending the same amount of time, or probably less. In my experience, I spent a lot less time outdoors finding something than online. Of course, like the apps, also, it's hit or miss. I mean, you could spend hours and hours on the app, finally to decide to meet somebody, and then you meet them and it's a total disaster. At least when you're outside, you meet somebody. It might take a little bit of time to find them, but when you do, what you see is what you get. Instantly, is there a chemistry? Is there a connection? You don't have to waste your time. Basically, the takeaway here is to be patient. If you have the time, take it. So you might be wondering, when is a good time to go, Patrick? I don't know. You might think instinctually that it would be weekends or weekday evenings. People are after work, they've been working all day, they're horny, they're cutting through the woods. This is a good time. It depends. I'm gonna say it really depends on where you live, the space, and also the establishments that are around it. Yes, it will be busier on weekends and probably after work time. But is it the right people? Just because there's a lot of people doesn't mean it's the right folks. You know what I mean? You want cruisers there, right? So it's really hit or miss. That's why the apps come in so handy. You can message other people and ask them, hey, when is it busy? When should I go? Because you can go on a Monday afternoon and have the time of your life. It's really finding that perfect balance between, there's enough people there, but also that you have enough privacy to get shit done. Something else you need to consider before outdoor cruising is, are you picky? I'm going to share with you the wisdom of sluts, and this is my own invention. the wisdom of sluts, if you have it, means when you see something in a potential hookup, you are looking for the wanted. You are seeing the things in them that get you excited. That's why sluts can be sluts. They have the wisdom of sluts. They are looking for the positives. They are looking for the things that they like in people, because nobody is going to check all of your boxes, especially when you're outdoor cruising. As regular folk will see something that's coming towards them and be like, this, that, and the other thing. No, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. Okay, negative Nancy, what do you like? Is there anything you do like? And then you gotta weigh it out. Is it good enough? No, do you have any deal breakers? You gotta keep that in mind. You know, the more picky you are, and this sounds really slutty, but the more picky you are, the less chances you're gonna have in an outdoor cruise. So if you walk in with no expectations and the wisdom of sluts at your disposal, then you should have a good time. Like, I get it, you have a specific type, but what are the chances that your type is gonna be, you know, waiting for you in a bush somewhere? Probably not great. Oh, a very important thing to consider before outdoor cruising is, are you shy? This is not for the shy at heart. When the chips are down, you find somebody, you find a corner, will you be able to go through with it? Do you think you would be able to go with it? Because I have encountered people where they're out here, they're looking, and you find a place, and then you get there, and then you start, but they just can't because they're too nervous. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's probably more normal than I am. What I'm saying is, if you think you're the type of person where you won't be able to go through with it at the end of the day, then maybe it's not for you. And that's fine. But you gotta know thyself, I say. The thing is, it's not just about getting caught by other people, it's also probably having onlookers, because you're not the only two in the forest, woods that are cruising. There might be other people there too, and they might be interested in watching you for a little bit. So they might be approaching you and just watching. So if that makes you nervous, then this is maybe not for you. And finally, you might be thinking, okay, I know where to go. I know that I'm not shy. I've prepped myself properly, but how do I know when somebody is interested in me? Well, it's not rocket science. If somebody is in the woods and they're staring at you, they either want to have sex with you or they want to kill you. So you got to make a decision, and you better make it quick. Okay, so you might be thinking, Patrick, this is really old school. Like, we have the apps now. But we already talked about this, and I say humbug. When you go cruising, there is no hiding behind a keyboard, there's no photoshopping pictures, there's no catfishing. Everything happens in real time, for better or for worse. What you see is what you get, like it or not. Choose to stay, or you choose to move on. Look, it's all my favorite things. It's real, it's authentic, and it shows vulnerability. It's all of the things the apps honestly are not. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You know, outdoor cruising, it can be fun, it can be exciting, but it can also be boring and time consuming. The trick is to go with no expectations, an open mind, and open legs. Now get out there and enjoy it. Supporting my channel is easy by liking, subscribing, or even becoming a patron. Patrons of my channel get advanced access to videos, behind the scenes content, and monthly video chats with more. And for a deeper dive, why not sign up for my newsletter? It's absolutely free and full of discounts on fun stuff for you to enjoy. For all the ways in which you can support, just go to my website, patrickmarano.com. It's linked in the description below. And I will see you in the next video.